Hello. Welcome. Good morning or whatever time it is. Sorry about my awkwardness. I was trying to balance different screens and my brain was just not handling it well. There were too many things to look at. And now I have a fat cat visiting me. Oh my goodness. All right. So this is my chonker who is I'm trying to put her on a little bit of a diet, but she just eats Elliot's food anyway. She's very naughty that way. But aside from that, she's a pretty good cat. So I'm trying to get her to be less than the 16 or so pounds that she is right now. Anyway, welcome. It's good to be here. I hope that everyone is well, and I hope that everyone is happy, healthy. What are all the things that you can be? I hope you're good. Hey, Charlotte. It's good to see you. That cat wants off. I'm glad to see you here. Hope that you are doing all right. And yeah, I've got my little pot of tea here that I'm going to be drinking. I am trying to take a break from so much coffee. I don't drink that much, but I do drink about 2-ish cups every day. So trying to give myself a break from coffee tonight, which means I have not had any caffeine yet. Oh, first caffeine of the day. It is the best. All right. So what I'm working on today, I think that I am going to try and get after this kind of Viking project thing that I have had bouncing around in my head. Charlotte is tidying up afternoon. I need to rewrite a short story, some flash fiction this afternoon. Aha. So you've got a little bit of cleaning and a little bit of writing on the docket, which is good. It's good to have options, I think. Yeah, I've got my kind of backup activities. I've got my notebooks and I've got writing prompts and I've got a book to read. But I think what I really want to focus on is getting first words down. Well, not first words. Then I think I've got maybe 1,000 words so far in this Viking fantasy thing that I've been thinking about. And I think that it's time to actually get started writing that and figure out where the actual story goes. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I apologize in advance because my computer is just set up on a very flimsy little tray. So there's a chance that while I'm typing, it's going to be bouncing all over the place and hopefully not making anyone seasick, but we'll see how it goes. So that's what I'm up to. And I'm thinking, let's get started. I think that I am feeling a little more Here I go trying to concentrate on too many things at once. There's my timer. I think that I'm feeling a little bit more like focused, ambitious at the moment. Um, I think I want to go for maybe a 20-minute sprint to start with. But I could also go for more or less if you have preferences. Yes. The struggles we all face with live streaming stuff. The struggle is real. If you haven't done it before, there's aspects to this that you just don't really take into account. But the struggle is real. All right, so I'm thinking 20 minutes to start, and then we'll go from there. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, 20 minutes it is, and 3, 2, 1, shoo! Hey, welcome back. How did you do? I probably could have done with about 5 more minutes on my writing because it's been long enough since I wrote on this last that I kept forgetting names and having to go look them up. It took up a little extra time than would have been ideal. And I know that it's best to not go through and immediately correct things, but it's really hard when I've noticed that I've left off letters and things to not go back and make corrections. All right. Nice. Very good. Charlotte, what are you writing on at the moment? I think you mentioned a short story. Yeah. One of the stories you've talked about, or is it a new thing or what? I think that I finally got my my 5 minutes flash fiction for Orla's audio thing done. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do about it. Started sorting all the notes on the project space. On project space. Checking out the irrelevant ones and transcribing some of the good ones into my notebook. Nice. Yeah, it's always feels so productive to sort through all of the ideas. I don't know how I feel about the writing I just did. It's kind of still in that stage at the beginning where I'm excited about the idea, but I'm not sure about where things are going. And I have a feeling that it's going to be like my other fantasy work in progress, where I get about 10,000 words in and realize that I've made some huge error in who the main character is or what the point of view is, and I'm going to have to completely change some things. I guess we'll see. Had an idea for how to change a scene early in my book, which changes the interaction between two characters and the location, but keeps some of it the same, and it makes more complex overall. Yeah, that's good. It's always nice when you can realize these things early rather than halfway through and you have to change everything. Q&A from the Eschwab. I have not actually read anything by her, but I feel like it's what all the cool kids are doing. I probably should jump on the bandwagon. But I also still haven't read any N.K. Jemisin, and I feel like that's more of the, I don't know, more of the top thing or more of the popular thing at the moment. I'm not very good at remembering to do the popular thing. I did just finish my, one of my library books that I got was just, I kind of randomly picked it off the shelf and I finished it 2 days ago now, and I'm still kind of processing it. I'm not sure how people read as much as like the booktubers who read like 30 books in a month. I don't, my recovery time for the post-read recovery time is just too long for me to read a book in a day and then read another book the next day. Can't do it. Anyway, that said, I think that I'm ready to do another sprint. And I think that could probably go with a longer one. Aim for more of a Pomodoro feel. I think I'm going to try 25 minutes and we'll see how it goes, unless there are objections. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoo! All right. And apparently it's wine time. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty good. But unfortunately, it is not 6 or 8 o'clock for me. It is 2:58 a.m. And I actually still have 4 lessons to teach after this, so no wine for me. Ah, interesting. Professor Adam or Antler or something. I like it. I am intrigued. I'm also intrigued by your naming conventions. How do you guys choose names? I know that I'm not the only one who struggles and lacks confidence in my naming. Right now, I keep having to look back to remind myself of how I've spelled these different names. Though I'm pretty pleased with my current main character's name. I usually don't remember it, but so far the characters who have been introduced are the main character and the 3 main members of her family. And every time I call one of them by name, I have to look back and see how I spelled it. Because I keep forgetting. It's very silly. And my other fantasy whip right now, I haven't told anyone any of the names because I so completely lack confidence in what I've named them. I think it's one thing like if you are in a world where you can name everyone kind of familiar sounding names, like maybe spell them a little bit different, but in my other fantasy world, it's like I don't want to give a feeling that this is actually just fantasy Great Britain in disguise or something. I want it to be really clear that this is a completely different place. But I think that when people look at names, they also want to kind of recognize the names and be able to sort them out into, well, more recognizable sounding names. I just think about any name that I've loved or seen lately and then Google search what the name means. And if the meaning doesn't work, I do it over. Yes. Yeah, definitely like with my more romance stuff or my stuff that's set like in the real world, my naming tends to be more like, Greg sounds like a cool name. I'll make a Greg. But with the fantasy, it's a little more iffy. Like for my fantasy location, and I can't actually remember what name I came up with, which is why it's important to have a story Bible. But the way I came up with the name of the place is I thought, well, it's kind of near a volcano, and I looked up the names of volcanoes in different languages, like Japanese and I can't remember. I think I looked up 2 or 3 different languages and kind of took sounds from the names for volcano in different languages and made them into my place name. Kind of more of a process than you probably need to do. Yes. Names are fun, but can be bloody hard. Cold, hard facts. Got distracted snacking on Vegemite and pickles. So, do you put the Vegemite on the pickles? Now I'm really curious. No writing done that sprint, but I got some of my shopping put away. Hey, that is productive. That is great. Oh, good. I'm glad. Yes. Cozy is definitely one of the aims. Like, welcome to my little house. Let's drink some tea or wine and chat about strange fantasy things. Yes, I do. But I missed the question. I probably asked the question and have now forgotten the question. Whatever the question was, the answer from Charlotte is that she does. My brain is failing me again, guys. My tea is not nearly as hot as it was before. It's making me sad. But it's still caffeinated and still pretty tasty. So I can't. Yes. Vegemite on the pickles. I see. One of these days, I will taste this fabled Vegemite and see what it's all about. But today is not that day. I know I've heard of Vegemite on bread. I've probably heard you talk about Vegemite on bread, but not on pickles. I'm busy writing a new fantasy, so things are going good with that idea. Oh, good. Are you going to put this one up on Wattpad as well, or are you going to publish it someplace else? Have you decided yet? Better than expected. Excellent. Wow. With that as a segue, let's head into another sprint. Ooh, that's the tiny timer. We'll do the bigger timer again. You guys feel okay with 25 minutes again, or do we want to switch it up? I am sitting in an ergonomic nightmare of a chair. I really need to get myself an actual desk one of these days. So my shoulders are kind of messing with me already. Richard Coyle dressed up as Moist Fun Lipwig with a you meant in the book genre type of thing. I'll take Richard Coyle dressed up as whatever. It's all good. This one is getting published into a physical book whenever I decide to have the guts. Do it, do it. I believe in you. All right. So we've got a vote for 20 minutes. We can do 20 minutes. And 2 0 0 0 3 2 1 Shoo! And we're back. I wanted to write a little bit more, but I saw the timer was counting down the last few seconds, and I knew I wouldn't be able to really finish any writing. But I have made progress. I just made it to kind of the moment where the hero has to leave their comfort zone to go off questing. I think I ran into this last time where I came across this leaving home moment way earlier than I expected. And we'll probably have to go back and add in a lot of extra story later on. But that's for second draft oral to worry about. Let's see. Current word count is at 2,300 words, which is not 2,300 words just for today. That's 2,300 total, including the other stuff I'd written. Hey, prank videos are also valid, and dinner is important. Oh dear. Charlotte got nothing productive done because of distractions. Hey, it happens. I too have fallen victim to the endless distractions and other things instead of writing. I'm blaming Richard Coyle. Oh dear. Curious about what Richard Coyle you're I know who I know the Richard Coyle that I think of. I'm not sure if I've actually got the right Richard Coyle. Now I'm going to have to look it up. Oh yeah, that's definitely the Richard Coyle I know. So for anyone who doesn't know, Richard Coyle is trying to share the screen, and instead I'm just getting all confused. Let's see if I can find him again. Richard Coyle is this guy, who I mostly know from, where is it? I feel like I am just getting ads instead of actual pictures of worthwhile things. Richard Coyle was in what is it called? You guys, my brain is failing me and I'm not seeing it. Coupling. The sitcom Coupling, which is hilarious. There it is. Yep. Jeffrey. So that's what I think of when someone says Richard Coyle. Richard Coyle. Oh yeah, but he was also Father Faustus in Sabrina, which is funny that comes up because I just watched so many episodes of the old Sabrina the Teenage Witch today. So it's Sabrina all around. Yes. Very similar. Sometimes things are productive and sometimes things are Richard Coyley. Bit of a spiral because of Going Postal. Are you reading Going Postal or watching? See, I could have just looked in the comments and had all of the answers, but I just had to look it up myself, I guess. Crossbones. I feel like I saw an episode of something with him as a pirate. So maybe that was it. Was that the one that was about Blackbeard, maybe? Coupling is good stuff. Probably my favorite Stephen Moffat. I'm not going to go on a Stephen Moffat rant. I have some issues with Stephen Moffat. I'll leave it at that. But I do really like Coupling. I don't think I have a sprint time limit. I do have to finish the stream at in a little bit. I'd say like 25 minutes from now. You watched it the other day as well, hence triggering the spiral. Yes, it's one of the Terry Pratchett books that I've read, but I have not watched. Is it a mini series or is it a movie or is it a full TV show? I know they did a lot of his books as like little animated mini series things, and I've watched some of those. But I don't think I've watched any Terry Pratchett. Like, I know they did some live action, but I'm not sure if they're TV shows or not. Okay. Okay. Well, also it's a TV movie in 2 parts. Okay. I know that a lot of people say that Hogfather is good, and I've never watched it, and I have not watched Going Postal. So I'll have to see. I'm not sure where they're available streaming. I feel like they must be available somewhere, but I'm not sure who has them. All right. I'm thinking, since I do need to wrap this up in 24 minutes, just about to be 23 minutes, I'm leaning towards maybe a little less than a 20-minute sprint, maybe 18 minutes to sprint. Oh my gosh. Yeah, video editing takes up so much more time than I ever would have dreamed possible. Like, before I started YouTube, I knew there would be a learning curve and I knew that it would take up time, but for me at least, it takes hours and hours and hours and hours to put together like a 5-minute video. I do not understand how people manage to do like the daily videos for December or NaNoWriMo or whatever. I could not do it. And I still end up like not being happy with the result. And I'm getting better, but Yeah, video editing is a struggle all in itself. Okay, well, I will check it out on YouTube. 1771, 1515. Whoever wins gets the time. Well, in the interest of nobody dying, I think I'll split the difference with 1661. How about? Uh-oh. Charlotte and I had the same thought at the same time. 'Tis fate. We must do it. All right. But now I have to find the screen again. Timer, where did you go? Share timer. All right. 1661. And 3, 2, 1. Shoo! All right. Welcome back. I got a few words in, but mostly got distracted by the chat, as happens. Brandon, welcome. It's good to see you. I was in the middle of trying to put in a response to Amy Lee's question about waking up early when the alarm went off. So instead of typing it, I'll just say, my main tip for waking up early is to go to bed early, if at all possible. And along those lines, aim for no caffeine the night before. Try and do something to tire yourself out the day before or the night before. No screens. Read a book can be good to help you get to sleep. And then when you do get up, stand up and stretch first thing so that you are out of bed. All right, let's see. Brandon and Amy Lee are talking about forbidden love up here. I'm lost in the comments. Brandon, I hope that you're not actually being held hostage. Somehow I think you're probably okay. But going on a date and having someone play piano to you is definitely very, very romancy, very schmaltzy. Orla, it's good to see you. Welcome. That was our last sprint, and this is our last couple of minutes, but we're happy to see you. Oh, and I did finish up my flash fiction for our the collaboration thingy that you're putting on. I got my 5-minute flash fiction thing written. And let's see. We're talking about avatars, I guess. It's probably the avatar on Wattpad, because I think that your YouTube avatar looks like what I remember from before. Let's see. Yes. Always with the changing avatars you are. Orla's getting some coffee. Excellent, excellent choice. Now I'm curious about what the changed avatar looks like. Who seems tired? I'm not tired. I've been up for 3 or 4 whole hours now. I agree. If you are being held hostage and you're in this live stream, I am sad to say that I don't think I can actually help you. I don't know about that. I still, I did like a once over edits, but I feel like I really need to find someone to read over it for me. And I'm afraid that they'll tell me that it is not, in fact, well, I wouldn't claim that I believe it's like a super brilliant story, but it needs a reader before I'll feel confident putting it out in the world. I'm a little nervous about that. Because this place is fantasticum. Maybe this place is fantastic. Ah, there we go. A new Orla video is on its way. Yes, Orla videos are always nice. Aha, now he knows. All right, well, I am 2 minutes past when I said I was going to call it quits, so I better actually call it quits. It's been a lot of fun chatting with you guys and sprinting with you guys, and I hope that you got something done, even if it was just socializing in the comments or making dinner. Both of those are valid life choices, which I wholeheartedly support. Virtual writing workshops. I personally missed all of them, but we'll probably try and catch some of them later. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate having some company on these nights when I'm just kind of doing my own thing in the wee hours of the morning here in the middle of the United States. All right, we'll check out Sage's workshop. All right, and now I'm 3 minutes past when I said I was going to end. All right, for real this time. I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you're writing. Goodbye.